All right, well, let's get into it. Today we are disassembling and reassembling a Winchester SX4. First thing that we should talk about are a couple tools that we are going to need. First thing is a hammer, a center punch, which I have, or a small Phillips head screwdriver. So let's just talk about this gun in particular. This is a 12 gauge semi-automatic shotgun, gas driven. And there's two types of shotguns. There's either gas driven or inertia driven. With this gun, you always want to make sure that you have nothing in the chamber. And as you can see, we are clear and we're ready to begin. What we'll be doing first is removing the cap here, which will allow us to remove our handle and any components that lay inside here, which will include our gas-driven mechanism. So I'll just unscrew this like this. Very simple. Take that off. This slides off just like that. And as you can see, right here is all the components that will involve our gas-driven shells. As you can see, all the components here is what allows our shells to be ejected. So from here, we can remove the barrel. This slides off just like that. As you can see, all the components here is what allows our shells to be ejected. So from here, we can remove the barrel just by sliding it out and making sure that you have something that you can lay your parts on here. Right now I'm just using a towel. And then all these parts continue just to pull off. As I said earlier in the video, we'll be needing a hammer and a center punch. In order to remove these two pins located here and here. So we'll go ahead and do that now. And if it is having problems, the hammer is easy, just to lightly tap. And there's one. And there's the second. And the rest of our action is now able to come out of the gun. Now what we have here is just our buttstock. And from here, we'll start the reassembly. All right, from here we'll reassemble this Winchester SX4. Doing a little bit reversed order. We'll start with the firing pin. If you notice, there is a little sleeve in the butt of this gun here that the end of the firing pin must be inserted into. With the action in, you won't be able to see it, so doing it this way you can get it into the slot much easier. By holding down the button, it slides in. And you can see that now it's inside that sleeve. We'll take our action. We'll put the action back in. Putting the two pins back through. Carefully matching up the hole, which can be a challenge sometimes. We'll start back here. One in, one to go. Okay, so now we have our action put back together. We could slide our cotter pin back in here. We can test that everything works fine. We'll start putting back together the barrel, starting with the spring. That goes on like so. The slide, and which slides into this little slot here, if you can see. The part to hold the gas, to allow the gas to escape, and now our barrel, which will basically hold everything together. It can be finicky sliding it on, but it should go on pretty easy. Now that that is put back together, we'll add our sleeve. Just like that. And finally our cap, which will hold everything in place. Which doesn't have to be screwed on super tight. As long as it's finger tight, it should be all right. And there you go. And there you go, a complete disassembly and reassembly of an SX4. Thank you for tuning in with me today. And I hope the rest of the hunting season goes well for you. Thank you.